जी बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अस्सलाम वालेकुम स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू ISF Academy. I am your course instructor Mr. Azanul Abidin. So as you guys know that in last lecture we were talking about a vitamin B2 which was also known as a riboflavin. So in this lecture particularly we will talk about the third water soluble vitamin which is known as a vitamin B3 or niacin. So particularly a vitamin B3 or niacin, there are three common names of the vitamin B3. It is also known as a niacin, and niacin is known as a nicotinamide, and it is also known as a niacinamide as well as nicotinamide. So overall there are three major forms of vitamin B3 in which it exists in food. I am again repeating, the one is niacin, also known as a nicotinamide, the other one is niacinamide, and the last is a nicotinamide. So if you guys talk about the biosynthesis of niacin or the vitamin B3, that how it has been biosynthesized in your liver, so what will happen ke vitamin B3, it is a partially satisfied or it is a synthesized by the intake of the essential amino acid which is known as a tryptophan. Simply that ke in a liver what will happen, the essential amino acid tryptophan, it is being converted into the niacin. So 60 milligram of tryptophan, they are equivalent to 1 milligram of niacin. So next, what is the recommended dietary allowance or what is the RDA of vitamin B3? So the RDA is 13 to 20 milligrams per day. So to meet the daily requirements of the vitamin B3, there is a need that you people have to fulfill the recommended dietary allowance which is 13 to 20 milligrams per day. So what are the food sources of vitamin B3 in which it exists? So meat, fish, sheep liver, prawns, cow's milk, rice bran, ground nuts, chilgozas, a turnip, beet greens, yeast, as well as the bran. So all of these enlisted food sources, they are the richest or the significant sources in which a vitamin B3 or your niacin is present. Next come that how it has been absorbed, transported, stored or excreted from your bodies, and all of these mechanisms are known as a pharmacokinetics. So how it will be absorbed at a lower concentration, the vitamin B3, it will be absorbed via active transport, while at high concentration it will be absorbed by a passive diffusion. Then the question comes that how it is transported in your blood. So what will happen? First of all, the two major forms of the vitamin B3, the one is a niacin and the other one is niacinamide. Both of these forms, they bind to a plasma proteins in the blood for a transportation. So if you guys talk about the storage, the vitamin B3 or niacin, as you people know that it is a water soluble vitamin, so it do not store in the body. But if you talk about the excretion, so the excess amount of the vitamin B3 or niacin, they are excreted via urine. So after the pharmacokinetics of vitamin B3, we shall talk regarding the biological functions of vitamin B3 or niacin. Regarding the vitamin B1 or vitamin B2, the vitamin B3, it has the most important biological functions. So the first and the most important function of vitamin B3 is that it acts as a coenzyme, and as a coenzyme it functions in oxidation reduction reactions. Basically, as a coenzyme, vitamin B3, it is also required for the function of more than 200 enzymes. Simply, you people can say that more than 200 enzymes, their functioning is dependent on vitamin B3 or niacin. The second function is that it has also been required for the DNA replication as well as repair. Repair means if there is any damage in DNA, it can repair it, and it can also do the replication of the DNA. So it is also required for the proper or the vital synthesis of the DNA bounded nuclear proteins, and these DNA bound nuclear proteins are known as histones. The third function is that it also participates as an antioxidant. The cellular antioxidant defensive system, it has also been dependent on vitamin B3. The most and the interesting effect or the function is that vitamin B3, it has also been required for the blood sugar regulation. How? Basically, the vitamin B3, it is a component of the glucose tolerance factor, which is known as a GTF. Basically, this GTF or the glucose tolerance factor, it combines together with the insulin and it controls the blood glucose levels. The fifth and the important function of vitamin B3 is that it is also required for the fat and cholesterol metabolism. How it participates? That it lowers the total and LDL cholesterol levels, while on the other hand it increases the level of the protecting cholesterol, which is known as a high density lipoprotein or HDL. So after the biological functions, what are the possible deficiency diseases of vitamin B3? So we categorize the deficiency symptoms or the diseases into two classes. If there is a minor deficiency of the vitamin B3, it can cause the glossitis. Glossitis means inflammation of the tongue. It can also cause the dermatitis, which is the inflammation of the skin, particularly around your nose or around your mouth, as well as the minor deficiency can cause fatigue, headache, weight loss, irritability, as well as a poor or the loss of the appetite. The severe deficiency can cause the disease which is known as a pellagra. If the question comes, or if somebody asks you that what is the deficiency disease of the vitamin B3, so simply you people can say that pellagra. Pellagra is basically characterized by all of these: inflammation of the mouth and gastrointestinal tract. There might be a diarrhea, dermatitis, and in some cases there may be a death. So these four factors, basically they characterize that there is a pellagra. Basically, the deficiency of the vitamin B3 or niacin, it is most common in strict vegetarians. Strict vegetarian means that those class of the people or such type of the population or individuals who just consume the vegetables in their diet, regardless of the fruit or some sort of the cereals. Their diet is totally relied on vegetables, and those people can also suffer from the niacin deficiency who are consuming the who are consuming the niacin deficient foods. You people can take example of the corn as well. What are the ultimate uses of the vitamin B3? It can also help treat or prevent the mental illness, also participates in the prevention of the atherosclerosis, heart attack, inflammation of the joints known as arthritis, as well as diabetes. So what is the toxicity of the vitamin B3? If you consume the large doses of the vitamin B3, which are 500 milligram or more than 2.5 grams per day, so what will happen? The toxicity of the vitamin B3, it can cause the skin flushing, the skin color, it can be changed, it can cause the increased blood sugar level, your liver, it may start the dysfunctioning, and dilation of the capillaries, and as well as the tingling of the skin. So this was the overall lecture or the concept regarding the vitamin B3 or niacin. Hope all of you understand well. So you guys can also take the screenshot of this lecture, so might it would be understandable for all of you. So eat well, live healthy, stay happy. Allah Hafiz.